My name is Brittany Frompovich. I'm here from No Treble, and I am so fortunate today to be talking to Mohini Day. Thank you, Mohini, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I usually kick off the interview portion. I know a lot of people who are watching this already know you, but just tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, I am a bass player. I'm a vocalist. I sing a little bit once in a while, and I'm a producer. I am an arranger. I have my own band. I write songs for people and for my band as well. And I'm from Mumbai, India. And yeah, born and brought up in Mumbai.
Nice, nice. Who were your influences? I understand your father was a bass player, so I'm assuming that's going to be on your list. So,
That's right. My father is a bass player and my mom is a singer. So both of them are big influences in my life. And of course, growing up, I looked up to some of my greatest idols, such as Jaco Pastorius, Abraham Laborio, Victor Bailey, Michael Mandarin, Victor Wooten, etc. You know, there are so many. You just get exposed to so many incredible players in your life in this journey. That's fascinating.
nice. When did you pick up bass?
I started learning at the age of 3 from my dad, and I was already gigging by 9, and I'm gonna be 25 this July. So yeah, it's been like 16 years I've been professionally working in this industry. Crazy to even think about that.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, so what are you woodshedding now during pandemic? Like, what kind of things are you working on?
Oh, I've been recording a lot on my own songs, and I also have been getting a lot of recording session proposals from different parts of the world, such as Japan, LA mostly, and then Singapore, Europe, Maldives. It's crazy. So many people from all around the world. They just, wanted me to play on their songs. They wanted me to write songs for them, so I got to write some songs. I wrote a song for Chad Smith, a drummer from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh,
I also got an opportunity to play offline on a song with Vinny Colaiuta on drums, and during this pandemic, I also played with Chad Wackerman's brother, John Wackerman. I did a song for him. Um, what else? Who else? Oh yeah, I got to be a part of this song where Dave Liebman is playing. Yeah, so a lot of exciting things. A lot of names got added to my plate, which was really nice, and I just had so much fun throughout this whole pandemic. So many good things and so many sad things happened around. But fortunately, I have not been off from my work. I've always been constantly working throughout this pandemic. It's been very, very busy. Actually, the busiest I've ever been, actually. So, yeah, that's nice.
nice, nice. That's actually had an upside for you. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, this interview series is focusing on females in the music industry. So I have this question I'm asking everyone, and it is: we usually hear about the downsides of being a female in the music industry, and I want to flip the script. Tell me about the benefits from your
I
point.
think, I think it's the greatest gift to be a woman because you're already sexy being a woman. We have the body, we have the face, we have the hair, we have everything. We have the intuition, you know. I always tell my female students to use that to their advantage, to use that in their own favor. You know, when you go out in the real world and when you start working with powerful people, not just men, but women also, powerful, just human beings in general, this intuition will really help you take you further in your life. It will also help you take and make your decisions very well. And as a girl child growing up, obviously faced a lot of, uh, um, you know, things like people would come up to me and be like, hey, you can get better. You're a girl. The stamina needs to come through. You're still weak, but I know you're going to get better. But it's sarcastic. They mean it's sarcastic. But my father had such strong intentions to train me, such strong intentions to make me a better musician or make me a better anything that I wanted to do in life. He told me one day that I don't want anybody to point a finger at you. I don't want anybody to tell you that, oh, you're a girl, that's why you're not that powerful. So because I grew up listening to a lot of people talking to me sarcastically, saying that, oh, you need more fire, you need more strength. That kind of transformed myself. That kind of transformed into fire in myself. So every time I would practice, that would come out of my playing. Every time I would practice, that anger kind of translated, into my music, which I give credit to all of these people who told me that I can never be powerful. And if they didn't tell me that, I wouldn't have been able to play the way I do today. And so that was my childhood. And growing up as a female musician, I thought that, wow, everybody wants me because, hey, I'm beautiful. That's just a bonus. But I can also play. It's not because I am a female. There are a lot of female musicians today, but not many will get hired because at the end of the day, you have to prove yourself in whatever field you are to be able to compete. In music, of course, there is no competition, but by compete, I mean just make a stand in that surrounding, in that environment to get a gig, which is, say, if you want to play alongside Herbie Hancock, you need to have some type of caliber and vocabulary to stand there, and play with that personality. So that's what I mean. You need to get better, and you need to get your vocabulary stronger and stronger every day. Only then you will be able to take advantage of your beauty, which will not only come out of your playing, but also your personality, because you as a person will come out through your music the more you grow. And it's very important. This is something that I've learned, which is the more open you are, the more accepting you become of your own self and of your surrounding. So yeah, that's how I grew up, and those are some really interesting values that I learned growing up. And even today I go by that. Even today I feel like, oh, you know what, I'm getting all these great projects. It's because I play and I practice every day. It's because I work hard. Even today I'm not like, okay, I've played with so and so people, I don't need to practice anymore. It doesn't work like that. You have to practice every day. It's all about muscle memory in here, your soul, your thinking, everything matters. It all comes throughout. It comes through your music and makes you who you are. And then people will want to work with you. I always say, if you're not a good person, you will not be able to communicate in the real world. And people, in result, will not be able to connect with you because they don't even know how to communicate with you, because you have negative energies, or you just don't have the communication skills. So you need to learn how to manage yourself. You need to learn how to present yourself as not just a musician, but more of a brand, so that companies, and not only musicians, but companies will come to you to tie knots with you, so that you become ambassadors, you become part of their companies, so that you get endorsements, and you got to present yourself well. So yeah, I mean, there's so many factors in becoming an artist,
Ah, wonderful answer. Wonderful answer. Dream artist or band to collaborate with?
Oh, everybody knows that. Bruno Mars.
Nice. Important cause or issue that you support?
Important cause or issue? I'll have to think about that. Important cause. I think I would like to create a platform in India more so of like a record label, because I feel like a lot of independent bands here, they have great voices, they have great approach and are incredibly talented, but they don't have the platforms yet. So maybe in the near future, I would like to have my own record label, my own company where I can introduce these incredible musicians and bands, reach that international level, reach that, to be able to expose them to the outside world, because right now it's limited. Even though we have the social media medium, we have the internet medium and all these things, they don't know how to make it work there. Not a lot of people know how this internet game works, you know. Sometimes you'll see that the shittiest of the shittiest videos get million views, and then the video which has the content will not have many views. There's a reason behind that, because they don't know how to present that. There's a lot of things like clickbait. There's a lot of things like analytics. You need to put a cool ass thumbnail so that it attracts people. You need to put a cool ass title, almost like trying to trick people, and people are, so that it surprises them or shocks them in a way, so they will click that, you know. So those are little things that I would like to inform and educate people off in this part, because I feel like it's needed for them to succeed. And for, of course, that's subjective. Success is subjective to everybody, but in my sense, to just make them a level ahead every day, you know.
Yeah, it actually connects back to your previous, like, two questions ago when you were talking about branding.
Yeah.
Together. That is
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So we've been going through the pandemic. This might be a redundant question, but we'll see. You've talked about some of your projects, and as you're working through pandemic, how has technology helped or hindered you?
Oh, it has challenged me a lot. I would say that, because, you know, in normal times you have these photographers and videographers that video shoot you, that take pictures for you. And now you're locked and trapped inside your own house, and now you got to do everything yourself. Things like green screen, white screen, or colored backgrounds were never a part of normal day, you know. Now it's a thing, because we're having to put out shows and videos and content online from our house. So every corner of my house has different wall color. So I literally had to paint my own walls like green and white and like other colors, so that I could get different backgrounds, because artists that I work for sometimes will ask for those things, you know. And in the pandemic, because India is still under lockdown, everything's shut. So you can't go out there and buy stuff. Amazon is shut too. So you can't even online order, you know. So that sucks. So then I had this friend at a store, and I bought like a jug of paint, just a container of white paint, and my husband and we just painted our house walls. So yeah, that was a big challenge, because before you start actually shooting, I had to paint the wall. Well, now it's gonna be there forever. It'll help me in the future. But having to do everything yourself, which is editing. Oh my God, that was a big thing, like video editing yourself. And since I don't have a manager, I gotta do everything myself. You know, my husband sometimes help me. He's kind enough to help me with that. He enjoys editing and stuff, so he will. But yeah, things like that, editing, you know, all these electronic equipments, such as like light equipment, such as halogen lights and like ring lights and all of those things. So I actually invested in a lot of those things, because we needed them during this lockdown. Yeah, so those things were a little like challenging, but now it's nice, but it's getting monotonous. It's getting to a point where it's like the four walls are kind of closing, you know, on me now, because how long can you be in one position? Like, okay, this is my studio. I'm going to work here. I used to practice here mainly and do some recordings once in a while. Now it's like every morning after breakfast, I come here, I'm in front of my laptop on my chair in my studio, whole day just recording. couple of hours for the first song, second song, third song, and then by the end of the day, you're tired. And then, but you gotta do your video too. So now you set up your own thing, you shoot yourself, and then you edit. So it's a lot of work, you know? So yeah.
I'm feeling you.
Yeah.
I know more about ISO settings now than I did a year ago. All that great stuff about cameras.
And then the camera can challenge you too. Like sometimes it just decides to have his own brain. Like it will not focus.
Yeah. I've been playing with Magic Lantern and Arsenal and all kinds of stuff to just make it easier on me to run my camera myself. Because same thing here, you're doing a lot of your own stuff.
Yeah. Everywhere. Everybody's on the same page.
Okay. What would you want to change about the music industry?
What would I want to change about the music industry? That's a great question.
Trying to do more about you guys than necessarily about gear, though I am a gearhead myself. I'm trying to do more questions that focus on the artists and less about gear, though I am a gearhead myself. So
I think I'm going to talk about the Indian music industry because I've been here working a lot. Yes, I have done a lot of work in the US as well, but I'm still yet to explore that a little more. I'm actually moving to LA in the first week of July. I'll be there temporarily and to see how things work for me. It's going to be a different chapter for me and exciting, adventurous, really looking forward to that. But talking about the Indian industry, I think the one thing that I would like to change is I want to teach people to save time. Nobody's on time here, you know. I'm the only person who used to be on time for everything, be it sound check, be it rehearsals, be it show, everything, even meetings. A lot of people, I would say 100%, everybody here, if they say 4 p.m., they will arrive at like 5:36 p.m., you know. And sometimes the rehearsal will be supposed to start at, say, 4 p.m., but it will actually start at 7 p.m. So that's one thing that I really don't like because it's kind of disrespectful to other musicians who are taking their time seriously and are being there because we respect the other artists that we're here for, you know.
yeah.
But then we value our time just as well, just as much as you do, you know. Just because I'm a part of this band, that doesn't mean my time is less valuable, you know. So that's one thing I really don't like. I wish people come more on time.
Yeah.
I know people are going to kill me for this here. People are going to, you know, raise voices at me here. But really, we would save so much time and we would be able to do so much more work and we would be able to go home earlier, rest more. Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, the benefits. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So, new artist. It can be a new artist to you or an established one that you're just getting into.
Okay.
Tell us about a new artist or an emerging artist that you're into now that we should all know about.
Interesting. So there are a lot of great bass players that I came across actually. Let me name a few of them. I already knew a couple of them. I've played with them, hung out with them. You know, we share a lot of our chops together to learn more about each other's playing. Some of my favorite bass players from today's generation is Anton Davidians, Federico Malaman, Hadrian Ferrod, of course, has been there in the industry from a long time. Who else? I came across a couple of bass players like John Ferreira. He is an amazing bass player. He taps great on the bass. Then who else? Let me see. There's this rock bass player. He plays with pluck drum, but his sound, oh my God. I had to reach out to him and ask him, what pedal are you using, man? So yeah, he was kind enough to his name is Ricky Bonaza. great rock bass player. And then another one that I really, really like is this guy, Molina Fernando. Yeah, incredible. Yeah.
Okay.
These are some bass players that you must know. Like they're approaching the instrument so differently, and I love that. I love learning people's approaches, and I love learning them and just mixing them, infusing them with my own voice.
Nice. Nice. All right. So here comes the gear question. So you know bassists are all about the gear, and I'm a gear nerd, so I have to ask, do you have any recent game-changing acquisitions in your toolkit?
Not recent, but I have some gear that I want to get that's on my list when I go to the US. I have some things written down that I really want to get, which is the Tech 21. What was that model's name? My husband has the name. He has the list. He's good at all this. I cannot. But it's a pedal by Tech 21 that I really like. It's a distortion pedal. It has fuzz and drive and everything. A lot of EQ, possibilities on that pedal. So I want to get that, and I want to get the Talkbox by TC Electronic. That is something that I'm really into because I have not seen any bass player use Talkbox, yet. And the way I play my solos, it's more like saxophone solos or, a lot of influenced by Michael Brecker, John Coltrane. And I was always in my head wondering, what if I use the Talkbox synth and play those solos or play those melodies? It's going to give it some type of sound, which I'm really keen to know about. And these are not recent, but these are some of the pedals that I really love, which is the TC Electronics Sub and Up Octaver. Really good. It sounds like Hammond,
Nice.
And so I have like 2 backups of this. And then I also love the Brainwaves pedal by TC Electronic. Amazing. You can add like seconds, thirds, fourths, voicing to your, notes. All the TC Electronic pedals are just so good. These were given to me by TC when I was at NAMM last year. I did an interview for them, and they gave me these pedals. So I have like the Flashback, the Hall of Fame. I have the Quintessence, Cinders, Chorus, and I have the Rush pedal. So yeah, all of these TC Electronics are amazing. I also like the bass envelope filter multi-wave by Soundblocks. Soundblocks is also a really good company. They have this really cool hot hand ring that you can play like dubstep stuff with, which is cool.
I've got that one. That's actually on my board behind me right now.
I don't know how to work it. I have it right in front of me, but it just something with the I don't know, the sensor. I have to study it a little more to make it work. I still haven't used it right.
What advice would you have for someone wanting to follow in your footsteps?
Follow in my footsteps?
Yeah.
I would, the first thing I would say, please don't follow my ways or my footsteps. Cause, for everybody, it works really differently. My journey was my journey. It worked for me because of the experiences that I had in my life. I say, every human being should flow like a river, because other people's experiences are way different than yours, Okay, if they have a similar background as you do, then it makes sense a little bit, but your challenges in your life would be completely different than what I had. So you should just keep your mind open, keep your ears open, and observe things and try to learn and then react instead of having things stuck inside you that, oh, I saw somebody do this, maybe I should do this, you should listen to your heart and mind and soul and make your decisions instead of following other people's ways.
Nice. What drew you into the music industry? I'm going to guess your father and your family, but let's see if there's something more to that answer.
Yeah, of course. It was my father who, of course, wanted me to be a bass player and wanted my sister to be a guitar player. But as a kid growing up, I was so inclined towards fashion. I wanted to become a fashion designer. So a lot of my stage outfits are made by me and designed by me. But, over the years, I grew interest for music and, happened to choose music. And it just, I don't know how it happened. It just like transitioned and I applied for a fashion college. I got selected. There was a point in my life where I had three opportunities. One was to study fashion and the other one was, I got offered a full scholarship by Berklee College of Music. And then the third one was to join A.R. Rahman's band. And I chose to be in A.R. Rahman's band because that's a one-time opportunity that you get. And I had a little talk with myself thinking that, okay, I can always do the fashion thing on the side because I will need outfits to perform with, so I can always do that on the side. And then maybe in the near future, I can have my own clothing line or something, and Berkeley and I built a very beautiful bond together. And every time I go there, they are really happy to have me there. I can always go and just sit in any of the classes and just, see how they conduct their seminars, how they conduct their educational, workshops, all that type of stuff. So I didn't lose anything, to be honest. It all fell in the right place and had a nice blend together, which I'm really happy about. So that's how, it just fell in my shoes. I just happened to get busier after joining A.R. Rahman's band. And because I started enjoying the spotlight more, I put in more time and hard work and in result, getting more attention and more spotlight. And then it got me more work and it opened me more doors and it just it just became my life.
Nice. So, what's an average day like for you?
Now the average day is like you get up in the morning, I water my plants. I make my breakfast. My husband and I, we have breakfast together, and then we feed the dogs. And then we are in our studios. Oh no, we actually play a game of cards before we go into the studio. Yeah, we love playing gin rummy.
Nice.
So we'll play like 2-3 games of that, and then we'll go into our studios and then start recording. And sometimes if the workload is too much, then I will skip lunch, or he will skip lunch. Or I'll just message him from this studio to that studio saying that, hey babe, I don't think I'm gonna have lunch. I want to finish this. So he'll have lunch, and vice versa. If he's, uh, busy, then I will have lunch or whatever. And then we try to have lunch together, but if the workload is too much, you can't help it. So that's that. And then after we finish our work, we hang a little bit. We light some candles because we deserve that much. We love candles. We both really love candles. It brings peace and calm to something about fire. It's so soothing to your eyes. And then we'll have dinner. Most of the nights during this pandemic, we've just been like cooking. We love cooking together, so we do that. And sometimes if we're too tired to cook, then we'll just order in, and then we'll watch a movie or something. Past few nights we've been up late till like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. doing my visa work. And a lot of immigration requirements, so been up for that. But if it was not pandemic, then my normal day would be like getting up, having breakfast, and then practicing for like 3-4 hours, then going to a rehearsal or something. Or sometimes I'll just go to Gino Banks's place and we'll play together, or he'll come over, just hang and listen to music and have good food, have a good time playing with your fellow musicians. We'll write music if there's no work, and if there is a show coming up, then of course we'll practice the tunes and design a show flow. So yeah, that's a normal day. And then also after I wake up in the morning, this is a bad habit. I think I should stop it, but everybody does it. And it's like, you go to your phone, right? That's the first thing. I catch myself. The first thing I open is Instagram, and then I'm on there for like, I don't know, half an hour. And then I go to my email and see if I've got any bookings, and then I'll see if I have any invoices to send or, bills to pay and all that stuff. But yeah, that's that.
Nice. I asked that one just because people, I think, have preconceived notions about an artist's work day. So I like to actually set a little, yeah. So I built that question in so I could shed a little light on what that is all.
Yeah, on Instagram and Facebook, everything looks shiny. On YouTube, everything looks shiny, But we're human beings also. We gotta clean our bathroom just like everybody has to. We have to clean our kitchen just like everybody has to. We clean our own clothes just like everybody has to, Yeah, we do music in that 24-hour time period. I did an interview yesterday. I was telling him, I wish we had more than 24 hours because it really falls short.
Yeah. Projects, you can just see them kind of standing out when you go from like a few days, weeks. And yeah. Okay. So what is your favorite part of this line of work and what is your least favorite part?
Least favorite part and best favorite part
of this line of work, of being a musician?
Of being a musician. I don't think there is any least favorite part.
Nice.
I absolutely love my work, starting from getting ready to choosing my clothes, to rehearsing, to hanging out with my band, to hanging out with musicians I work with, to walking the studio and making my own charts, and just the beauty of transcription and the musical energy between everyone. I think it's so magical. It's very magical. I can't think of anything that makes me feel like I wish it was this way or that way. I work with people that I really love, I work with people that I really love as people and really love as musicians. And so it's always so much fun, They'll bring me donuts because they know I love eating donuts, I'll make some mutton curry because they know I make that the best. So there's a lot of love between all of the members in my band, I think everything is so magical. I can't think of any least favorite part of being a musician. Everything is really, I feel blessed to be a musician.
Beautiful. I usually ask my students for a couple of questions so they get an opportunity at these interviews too. I'm calling them intergenerational connection questions. So I got 2 from Sebastian. He would love to know a few of your favorite and most impactful albums, artists, or songs.
Oh, yeah. I think Extraction by Greg Howe, Victor Wooten, Dennis Chambers. That's incredible. And then Victor Bailey's album is amazing. The way he wrote those songs. If there's one more, if I can say, which is I was just listening to it the other day, Bella Fleck and the Flecktones. If you can get that album, the live show that they did for the Montreal Jazz Festival, oh my God, amazing. The writing and the orchestration was just so incredible. Nobody could have thought of bringing banjo and bass together, or banjo and bassoon together, What a combination. And the sound, so soothing, and the way they wrote the melodies, the counterparts, the unisons, the harmonies, everything is just beautiful. And same with Victor Bailey's album, the blend of saxophone and bass playing the melodies together and the fat groove going on behind. It's just amazing. Those things are really great for learning because you start seeing music from a different direction. And when you're writing your own songs, you can use those chops, you know? So yeah, these 3 albums I think are amazing. And of course there are so many more albums, but these are some of my top favorites.
Nice. So then he has this for you. I can't wait to hear the answer. I think I know who one person will be. So lastly, if you can build a band out of any musicians from any time, who would you pick? You know, keys, guitar, drums, vocals, etc. Who would you build as your band? From any time, by the way.
I really wish Michael Jackson was alive. That's one thing that I really regret of not being able to meet him, you know. It would have been a dream come true if I got to meet him and play for him, you know. That's something I would love to be in Michael's band if he was if he was alive. And of course Prince too, you know.
Yeah.
If I had to form my own band today, some of the best musicians. It's so hard because it depends from country to country, you know. If you're in LA, you would want to work with people that are around you, you know, that are easily accessible and that understand or have that versatile side, because I'm so mixed. I'm so culturally diverse that I would want to work with people in my safe zone so that they could understand me easily and learn things faster. On the other hand, if I wanted to be more experimental, then I would want to pair up with people like Bella Fleck, you know, people like musicians who play their instruments differently, you know. It's really hard to come up with names right away, but people like Bella Fleck who play their instrument differently, you know. I really love this keyboard player called Justin Lee Skulls, who's 15-year-old, you know, from I think Michigan, if I'm not wrong. He's an incredible player. I would love to have him in my band. And drummer, I would really love to play with Carter Buford. Incredible drummer, deep pocket. Would love to play with Dennis Chambers. So these are some names that I can think of that I would think of having in my band. And guitar player, I already have a great guitar player in my band, Rhythm Shaw. He's from Calcutta. He's very, very versatile, and his vocabulary is just mind-blowing. If you guys haven't checked him out, please go check it out. Check him out. His name is Rhythm, like literally Rhythm Shaw. And he plays guitar unlike any other guitar player. And he also plays the tabla, so his time sense is incredible, and he plays the guitar like as if a tabla player is playing on the guitar. But he can also play like a kick-ass rock guitar player, and he can play the Carnatic style, so he's very versatile, you know? So I like people like that. My band is full of that. Gino Banks on drums, he can play metal, he can play rock, he can play jazz, he can swing like no other, he can play funk, you know? So yeah, that's why I think I love playing with these musicians, which it is my family, you know, it's my band. And of course my husband is another incredible musician. He is a great producer. He's an asset in India. There's nobody who plays like him here, you know. And I have never seen anybody write songs as fast as he does. He literally needs like half an hour to write one full song. And he'll chart it out as well. He's a great reader and writer, great music director. So yeah, I think I am so happy with my own band that it's really hard to think of people who would fit my zone, because I do konako, you know. I would want other musicians in the band to do konako as well. And not many people are very willing to do that or relearn something that they don't know at all, you know. So, yeah.
So where can we find you on the interwebs?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram, and I'm very active on YouTube. I upload almost twice a week. So yeah, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I do vlogs. I also try to give out tips from everyday sessions that I do in my studio. And I also just give an insight of how to manage and deal with your problems in life and challenges in life. So yeah, for all of that, you can follow me on Instagram and YouTube, and I'm also on Clubhouse. So recently there's this new app called Clubhouse where you can share audios and have podcasts and stuff. So if I'm doing a session, I can just, unmute myself and the whole world can hear me play the bass. So that's really cool. If you want to hear my audio or, just talk to me, then please follow me on Clubhouse and follow me on Facebook page as well. I post all the content that I post on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, and everywhere else. So yeah, I'm not on Twitter, so don't follow me on Twitter. Yeah, I just don't like that it has restriction with the number of letters and words that you can use. Ooh, don't like that.
There's a lot of folks who have a issue with that, so it's kind of nice to hear somebody else expressing that as well. So
yeah.
Hey, Mohini, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. I had a great time talking to you.
Yeah. So here's to you having a great move to LA and
thank you.
Everything getting better in 2021 for you. So
I hope so. I'm still keeping my faith and hope, and I really hope that India gets better because it's in a very bad state, although we are seeing some light now. But I just hope that people are more cautious this time so that everything doesn't go back to square one like it did, I really request people out there to, still wear your masks even after you're vaccinated, because the whole world needs to get vaccinated and you don't know who you're passing by. So just for your own safety, I'd say, just keep wearing a mask and keep sanitizing and treat it like we're still in here, we're still in this pandemic, because really we all have to support and take care of each other. This is the only way.
Yes, she's right. All right, ma'am. I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.